First, let's understand the cycle you're trapped in so we can break it clean. Identification 1, the success shame cycle. Before we fix anything, you need to see the pattern while it's happening. If you misread success as a threat, your brain will do anything to pull you back to safety, even if it costs you the win you want. That's why you start strong, then suddenly lose motivation, overperfect, or disappear. It's not laziness, it's protective quitting. The stakes. If you don't spot it early, you'll burn fuel in short sprints, build a shame residue, and teach your nervous system that momentum is dangerous. When success feels unsafe, you'll keep choosing relief over results. Quick psychology note, shame is self-focused. It shifts "I did something wrong" into "I am wrong," which freezes action. Guilt points to a behavior you can fix. We'll use that distinction to keep you moving. Here's what's actually happening. A 4-beat loop I call spark, surge, spike, sabotage. Spark is when an opportunity opens and you feel a clean zing of motivation. New client, new idea, new role. It's possibility, not pressure. You feel lighter. You say yes. Surge is the rush to prove you belong. You overcommit, sprint, or binge to get early evidence. You stack tasks, extend hours, say, "I'll just push a little harder." It works in the moment. You get fast progress and attention. But under the surface, you've quietly set a sustainability trap. Spike is when attention and expectations rise. People notice. The deadline moves closer. The next milestone is bigger. Your threat detector hears more eyes, faster pace, less control. That's the moment the body heat climbs, heart rate, tight jaw, looping thoughts. This is the critical pivot. If you read the signal as "I'm in danger," your system will reach for safety now. Sabotage is the safety strategy. Delay, drama, perfecting, then withdrawal. You switch to low-stakes tasks. You research instead of drafting. You edit the opener for an hour. You start a new, urgent project. Eventually, you ghost the original goal, then explain it with a story that protects you. The timing wasn't right. I'm still refining. I need more data. Now here's where most people mess up. They treat sabotage like a character flaw and try to add discipline on top. But more force fuels the threat. You muscle through one cycle, then crash harder the next time. Each beat has a predictable feel in the body and a predictable thought pattern. If you can label which beat you're in as it happens, you get your steering wheel back. Let me make it practical. In Spark, your self-talk sounds like "This could be fun, I can see it." Your body feels open, energized. In Surge, you hear "Let me prove it right now. I'll do it all today." You feel fast, slightly buzzy, a little tunnel vision. In Spike, the tone shifts to "What if I can't keep this up? They're watching." Your body tightens, breath gets shallow, you reread the same line. In Sabotage, the stories soften the fear. "It's not ready yet. I'll restart fresh Monday. I should create a better system first." Before we continue, you need to understand the goal at Spike. Not to push harder, but to find felt safety. That's why the 60-second reset works. You turn the alarm into information and choose one safe proof. Once you nail that, everything else clicks. How to use this in real time. Label the beat out loud. Say, "I'm in Surge, binge energy," or "That's the Spike, visibility fear," or "This is sabotage, delay for safety." Naming breaks the trance. Then ask, what does this beat need to feel safe? Surge needs caps. Spike needs smaller scope and clearer boundaries. Sabotage needs one tiny proof to close the loop. A quick micro story. Last week, a client accepted a speaking invite, sprinted a killer outline in 2 hours Surge, then froze when the event promoted her to 500 attendees Spike. She labeled it Spike Visibility. She swapped keynote to pilot talk, sent a draft to one friendly reviewer, and recorded a 3-minute rehearsal. Sabotage never got a turn. Common mistakes: calling it laziness, stacking more goals in Surge, and trying to fix all beats at once. Pick the beat you're in and solve only for that beat. Quick win: write Spark, Surge, Spike, Sabotage on a sticky note and keep it beside your screen. During your next work block, pause once and point to where you are. Knowing the beats lets you interrupt earlier, reduce shame, and keep momentum without the crash. Identification 2, threat detector, why success feels unsafe. Before you blame willpower again, let's talk about your built-in threat detector. Your brain doesn't care about achievement, it cares about safety. Your amygdala, the brain's threat detector, doesn't distinguish much between physical danger and social threat. Spikes in scrutiny, change, or speed can all read as danger. When results rise, three specific signals get loud: visibility, volatility, and velocity. If you don't spot which one is screaming, you'll waste energy fighting the wrong battle, and your system will pull you back to safety. Visibility first. More eyes feel like more judgment. Promotions, bigger audiences, leadership roles, suddenly people can see your work, your decisions, and your mistakes. If you learned early that attention invites criticism or pressure, visibility registers as danger. The consequence? You hide imperfection, you delay shipping, or you keep projects private until they're ready, which never arrives. The benefit of mastering visibility fear is simple. You can step into rooms, share drafts, and take feedback without your pulse spiking. Volatility next. Success changes things: scope, tools, relationships, routines. Change means less control and more uncertainty. If your nervous system equates change with loss, volatility feels like standing on a moving floor. You'll cling to familiar processes, resist handoffs, overplan, and stall decisions that would move you forward. When you tame volatility fear, you can ride change in smaller increments, protect your anchors, and keep momentum while conditions shift. Velocity third. Wins accelerate the pace, requests multiply, expectations rise. If you're already stretched, the fear isn't doing it once, it's sustaining it. Your system whispers, if I speed up, I'll never get to stop. That future cost triggers the brakes now. The result is classic. You binge a push, then disappear to recover. When you handle velocity fear, you can cap output, install buffers, and trust a sustainable cadence. Now, how do you find your loudest V in the moment? Run a quick threat triage, 30 seconds, 3 questions. 1. If nobody could see this, would I still feel stuck? If your tension drops when you imagine zero audience, visibility is the culprit. Signs include over-editing intros, avoiding status updates, or rewriting to impress an imagined critic. 2. If nothing changed after the success, would I still hesitate? If freezing evaporates when you picture zero change to workload, tools, or relationships, volatility is loud. Watch for endless scenario planning, new software rabbit holes, or I need to reorganize everything before I continue. 3. If I only had to do this one time, would I act? If you do it once but dread the repeat, velocity is spiking. You'll see, after this, they'll expect X every week stories, sneaky scope creep, and bargaining for more time to prepare the system. Here's a quick example. You get offered a promotion and instantly feel like an imposter. It's easy to call that incompetence, but run the triage. If the knot loosens when you imagine doing the same work in private, that's visibility. If it loosens when you imagine the role changing nothing else, same hours, same tools, that's volatility. If it loosens when you imagine it being a one-off project, that's velocity. Same feeling, 3 different drivers. Pick the wrong one and your fix won't stick. Don't try to fix all 3 at once. That adds complexity, which reads as more threat. You don't need a full makeover, just the right lever for today. Once you pick it, felt safety returns. Common mistakes: pep talks for visibility fear, just be confident, new tools for velocity fear, or bigger goals to outrun volatility fear. Pep talks don't mute a spotlight. New tools don't slow a treadmill. Bigger goals inflame a moving floor. Diagnose first, then match the tool. Now, quick win time. Pick your current sticky task and ask the 3 questions. Circle the loudest V, then write 1 counterfact for it. For visibility, 3 peers saw my last draft and said clear and useful. For volatility, I can keep my morning routine. This change touches only 2 meetings. For velocity, I'm capping output to 1 deliverable a week with a review day. 1 line, put it above the task. You've just told your threat detector, I see you, and here's why this is safer than it feels. Once you know which V is yelling, you can choose the right safety switch and move without the shame hangover. Next, we'll install those switches so your performance rises only after safety does. Intervention 1, the 3 safety switches. When your threat detector's loudest V is identified, performance won't unlock until safety returns. Trying to grind without safety is like pressing the gas with the parking brake on. You burn out and blame your character. So we install 3 safety switches you can flip on demand: scope safety, support safety, and story safety. Use them singly or in combo, matched to the loudest V felt safety first, output second. Scope safety shrinks deliverables without shrinking ambition. It answers velocity and volatility fears by reducing what done means right now. Instead of finish the full report, you ship a one-page snapshot. Instead of launch to 1,000, you pilot with 10. The thing most people miss is that you can compress scope and still aim at the same mountain. You're carving a smaller step, not changing the destination. Why it works? Your system can tolerate progress when the cliff edge becomes a curb. How to do it? Predefine a minimum viable proof before you start. Ask, what's the smallest artifact that moves this forward? Then set a hard boundary around it. 1 page, 5 slides, 500 words, 3 calls. Pair it with a time cap. Common mistakes: calling a pilot phase 1 but secretly packing full quality standards into it. That's safety theater. If you use the word pilot, you must also lower criteria. Support safety addresses visibility and volatility by not waiting until you're overwhelmed to ask for help. Most people delay outreach until shame is already high, so the ask feels like confession. Flip it. Schedule help up front. That turns support into architecture, not rescue. The reason this works is co-regulation. Other people's calm nervous systems help yours downshift. Also, when expectations are shared, the spotlight softens. How to do it? Pre-schedule 2 scaffolds before you begin. 1 process support, parking, check-ins, office hours, and 1 expertise support, reviewer, editor, tech help. Put names and times on your calendar. Add a fallback rule. If you miss 2 blocks or feel the spike, you trigger a 10-minute calc session or send a 3-line help request. Common mistakes: vague, let me know if you need anything agreements. Convert them into actual slots with topics. Story safety lowers perceived stakes by changing labels and language. It's the strongest switch for visibility fear. Words like launch, final, and performance cue the threat of judgment. Swapping to pilot, draft, and practice reframes the same work as learning. The shortcut nobody teaches: your nervous system listens to metaphors more than pep talks. Pilot tells your brain, we're exploring, not auditioning. How to do it? Rename the next deliverable and the next meeting in softer, accurate language. Examples: working session, pilot release, practice run, tech rehearsal, beta feedback, first pass. Then surface the learning question, what one thing am I testing? Put that in your calendar notes and your email subject lines. Common mistakes: using softer words while keeping hidden perfection bars. If it's a practice, you must publish the practice result, not hide it until it's perfect. Now, how do you match switch to threat? Use this quick pairing. Visibility right arrow story safety first, then support safety. Volatility right arrow scope safety first, then support safety. Velocity right arrow scope safety first, then story safety. If 2 V's are loud, stack 2 switches, never all 3 at once on day 1. Complexity is its own threat. Example time: visibility fear, you're rolling out a new analytics dashboard and dread the all hands reveal. Story safety, rename dashboard launch to dashboard pilot v3. Support safety, book a 20-minute pre-brief with a friendly stakeholder to sanity check the message. Scope safety, show 3 metrics, not 20. Send a 1-paragraph intent. Goal, test clarity on 3 metrics with 10 people this week. Success equals 1 useful suggestion. You've made the room smaller and the target explicit. Volatility fear, your team is switching CRMs and you're resisting every decision. Scope safety, migrate 1 pipeline, not all pipelines. Support safety, pair with 1 power user for a 30-minute co-build. Story safety, call it a sandbox trial, not system switch. Define the test question: can we replicate lead status flow with no data loss? The moving floor becomes a test bench. Velocity fear, your content is gaining traction and you're sure you'll get trapped producing twice as much. Scope safety, commit to 1 piece per week capped at 90 minutes. Story safety, call each piece a practice post. Support safety, pre-book a 15-minute edit buddy slot Fridays. Add a boundary line to your brief. Series cadence fixed. Excess ideas go to the parking lot. Your body stops bargaining for escape. Common mistakes: cosmetic renames without constraints, asking the entire internet for feedback, and elaborate safety setups you never use. Keep it concrete. Artifact size, time cap, named helper, explicit intent. Quick win: take 1 current goal and rewrite it as a pilot with clear scope. 1 sentence: pilot, artifact for 10 users by date, success equals 1 measurable signal. Then add 1 support slot on your calendar. When safety returns, momentum finally sticks. Intervention 2, the Anti-Binge Protocol. Binge crash is the hidden engine of the success shame cycle. You sprint, feel proud for a minute, then the crash breeds shame, and the next time you sense momentum, you hit the brakes early to avoid another collapse. We kill that loop with a simple system: pace, proof, pause. It's not glamorous, it's the guardrail that keeps you from driving off the cliff. Pace sets limits before you start so your nervous system trusts the plan. Think of it like installing a governor on your work engine. You cap time and output up front, then honor the cap no matter how good it feels in the moment. That's the hard part, stopping while you still want more. The thing most people miss is that ending on a win trains your brain that work blocks are safe and repeatable. Ending in exhaustion trains it that work equals threat. Here's the what: choose a session length and a tiny output target you can hit even on a low-energy day. 25 to 30 minutes is perfect for most deep tasks. For output, pick one small artifact. 500 words, one slide, one bug fix, one outreach. Put both in your calendar title: 9/30/10/00 proposal, 500 words. Then set a hard stop alarm and place the timer where you can see it. How to run it: you start the timer, do only the scope task, and refuse to expand the goal mid-block. If you finish early, you don't add scope, you use the extra minutes to polish the artifact or breathe. When the timer hits 0, you stop on purpose. No, just 5 more minutes. That phrase is how binges are born. Proof is your visible receipt of progress. Without proof, your brain forgets you did anything and demands another binge to feel safe. So every session ends with a single artifact you can see later: a screenshot of the draft word count, a saved file named with the date, a checkbox on a public board, a sent email to yourself with the session summary. One proof, same place, every time. The reason this works is simple: your prefrontal cortex trusts evidence, not vibes. Examples of solid proofs: a V1 outline, MD, in the project folder, a Notion page clipped with the paragraph you wrote, a Git commit with a clear message, a photo of the whiteboard dropped into your proofs album. Weak proofs to avoid: I thought about it, a dozen open tabs, or a private promise you'll remember later. You won't. Pause is the mandatory stop and mini celebration that closes the loop. Without a clean close, your body stays revved and hunts for more work, which creates binges or restless flop. Pause is 2 parts: a reset ritual and a tiny reward. Reset means you breathe slow for 20 seconds, stand up, and move your eyes off the screen to a distant point. Reward means you say one sentence of credit out loud, proof logged, 500 words shipped, and do a small pleasant thing. Sip tea, stretch, step into sunlight. It's corny, it works. Let me show you exactly how it looks in practice. You've got a feature spec due this week. Pace: you book 30 minutes at 2:00 p.m. with the notes spec 1 section. You set your target to the assumptions section only. You start the timer, write only that section, and ignore the urge to peek at emails or rewrite the title. At 2:30, you stop even if you're mid-sentence. Proof: you save the file as spec assumptions V1 2026-0104. Take a screenshot of the section and drop it into your proofs folder. Pause: you log, section done. 1 risk surfaced. Breathe for 20 seconds, then walk to refill water. That's a closed loop. Now here's where most people mess up. They hit flow, feel great, and blow past the cap. It feels productive, but it teaches your brain that sessions end in depletion, which increases dread tomorrow. Another mistake is invisible progress. No saved artifact, no commit, no log. You'll forget the win by morning and assume you're behind. Stacking sessions back to back without a pause also turns the protocol into a stealth binge. Don't. A quick micro story: a designer I coach used to marathon 8 hours the day before reviews, then hide for 2 days. We capped to 3 30-minute blocks per day, each with 1 screen as proof. After 2 weeks, her review anxiety dropped by half because she had 15 visible proofs to stand on. Same talent, different pacing. Calendar this now. Pick tomorrow's first deep task, add 25 30-min cap plus 1 proof to the title, and prepare your proof folder. If you remember nothing else, remember this: stop while it's working. That single move ends the binge, crash, and makes consistency feel safe. Intervention 3: expectation armor. With your pace stable, here's where many people still get tripped: external pressure. Clients, bosses, audiences, even your own future self can crank the spike. Expectation armor prevents that. It has 3 layers you set before you start: buffer, boundaries, briefs. Think of it like wearing pads before the game. You'll still play hard, but hits won't knock you out. Buffer is simple. Add margin between promise and publish. Not to procrastinate, so you have room for quality and real life. Without buffer, small bumps become crises that trigger binge crash. The move is to schedule 2 dates, an internal finish and a public window. Internal finish happens earlier than anyone knows. Public window is a range, not a single minute. Deliver between Tuesday and Thursday beats Tuesday 9 a.m. because it kills microscopic perfection battles. The reason this works is your nervous system stops bracing for a one-shot hit. You've got air to breathe. How to set it up? For a 2-week deliverable, pick an internal finish at day 10 and a public window across days 12 to 14. Place a 24-hour review buffer between them. Add 1 contingency slot on your calendar. If it goes unused, you take a walk. If you remember nothing else about buffer, remember this: precision inside, flexibility outside. Boundaries define good enough before you begin. If you start without them, your standards will float to match your fear. That's how a simple draft becomes a cinematic masterpiece in your head. Predefine 3 criteria: must-have, nice-to-have, out of scope. Must-haves are the non-negotiables tied to the outcome's purpose. Nice-to-haves are polish you only add if time remains. Out of scope is the fence that blocks scope creep. Put numbers where possible: word count ranges, slide limits, response time caps. The reason this works is you've converted judgment into a checklist. That lowers ambiguity, which lowers threat. Briefs are the 1-paragraph intent you share with stakeholders before you build. It anchors expectations to purpose and constraints. A good brief answers 4 lines: goal, audience, scope, window. 1 more line for success criteria. You can reuse this as a pre-commit pack each time so you're not inventing it fresh. Let me show you exactly how to combine them. Say you're delivering a client strategy memo. Buffer: internal finish Wednesday 4 p.m., public window Friday to Monday. Boundaries: must have equals 2 recommendations with rationale and 1 risk. Nice to have equals visual mock. Out of scope equals full financial model. Numbers: 801,000 words, 1-figure max. Brief: goal: equip exec team to decide between A/B next quarter. Audience: non-technical leaders. Scope: 2 recommendations with 1 risk each. Window: Friday, Monday. Success equals they choose a direction or request 1 focused follow-up. You send that brief today. Now everyone's aligned, and you've boxed expectations before fear can inflate them. Watch for these traps: vague promises, "I'll get you something soon," moving targets mid-project, hypey briefs, "massive launch coming," and building a pre-commit pack once and never reusing it. Keep language plain, definitions stable, and templates reused. How to create your pre-commit pack today. Build a small doc with 3 sections you copy for each project. Section 1, buffer internal finish date, public window, review buffer, contingency slot. Section 2, boundaries, must have, nice to have, out of scope with counts. Section 3, brief 5 lines, goal, audience, scope, window, success. Add a final checklist. Sent to stakeholders, calendar holds added, proof method picked. Keep it in your project folder and pin it. Example email you can send right now. Subject: pilot brief, project name. Goal: 1 line. Audience: who. Scope: X, Y, Z. Window: range. Success: signal. Internal finish: date. If this looks good, I'll proceed within these constraints. If you'd like to adjust scope, let's swap 1 item in for 1 out. That last sentence is armor. Scope changes become trades, not silent expansions. Quick win: draft a 1-paragraph brief for your current task and paste it into your calendar invite or send it to 1 stakeholder. Set an internal finish and a public window. Define 1 out-of-scope item. That S expectation armor on in 5 minutes. Now that the outside pressure is contained, we can upgrade your self-talk so success starts to feel normal instead of dangerous. Identity 1, the identity gap and imposter heat. Now we upgrade the software that runs the whole system, your identity. Here's the problem most people miss: your results can jump faster than your identity can update. When that happens, you feel like a fraud, not because you are one, but because your self-concept is lagging behind the evidence on the ground.